dig further. Let's talk about the private sector. Dave earlier mentioned that the temptation is there when you are called by a friend who is a diver who really wanted to go to dive and the rooms are available. The temptation is there to accept them. How is the private sector balancing restarting the industry and protecting the health of locals? We in the private sector, of course, our focus is to protect the business. Of course, we wanted to help the community, but we can't afford to lose our business. In your case, Dave, in Anilao, how do you do the balance?
For me, it's pretty clear cut for me. Our priority is for the safety of our staff and the community of Mabini. Because once the COVID comes in, you never know where it's going to go, and that will definitely affect your business again. So in other words, we can be shut down again, like I mentioned earlier. So personally, I am very, very strict. We've had people who got through the checkpoint and came here and said, "Oh, nobody stopped me, so I'm here." I said, "Well, sorry, you got to go back and get your test because there's a COVID test at the checkpoint." I said, "You don't have papers, go back." So we actually told them to go back. So that's what we do. And I know a few resorts here in Anilao, they do that because they don't want COVID to come in. And we are trying to do our best to keep it out as much as possible. So for me personally, it's simple. No papers, you can't come in.
Very good. Yeah. Yes. In the private sector, we really have to protect our business. But hey, life is more important, isn't it? Yes. Now, in your case, Ingrid, how did you observe, especially when you travel to other places, not only in Spain, but as you travel, and for example in Maldives, how is the private sector trying to balance restarting again and of course protecting the health of the locals?
Yeah, it's difficult. I've seen they are in Maldives. They are struggling a lot because, as you know, there were a lot of boats, cruising boats, working, more than 100, more than 150 boats, and now the business is completely destroyed. So the little boats a few boats working there, they try to protect themselves a lot with the test and not letting guests inside. They don't, as Dave said, if you don't have the test, you don't come. That's for sure. But well, you are. Let's say that if you are working with your boat, you know that people coming to Male, they must have a test. So you are protected in that area because you know that. Another thing is, let's say, the protocol of having your mask and cleaning your hands and staying a little bit separate and everything. I think they follow very well these protocols, also with the staff in the boat, on the boats. And I imagine in resorts is the same or even more. But Maldives is being really very affected. It's a disaster for the country because they relay everything, as you know, they don't produce anything. They just have tourism. And then now they are really in a bad position, even more since yesterday that English people cannot travel. So they are really very, very upset and very worried. And I don't know what's going to happen.